from MusicMoose.org. That was a little ditty I just wrote about 2 minutes ago, just to give you some examples of these different left-hand techniques that are going to be used with these rolls to create, again, what you just heard in that last segment. Now, I tried to use every left-hand technique. Those the slide, I use the slide, the hammer-on, I use the hammer-on, the pull-off, the push-off, and the choke in that last example. So, remember the last segment I talked about the slide, remember. And you can use that slide, again, with any of those rolls. And I'm going to be getting into using more of the slides on different rolls and different roll patterns as we progress along. And actually the very next tune that I'm going to be teaching you, Train 45, a classic bluegrass song, I'm going to try to incorporate as many of these techniques into the very next tune that you're going to be learning right after we get finished with these left-hand techniques. So it's important that you do learn all of these techniques, these left-hand techniques now, before progressing on to the next tune, Train 45. So let's talk about the hammer-on in this segment. Now, the hammer-on, that left-hand technique, consists of hammering. They call it hammering on because if you can watch I'll just give you an example. Again, I'm going to use the middle finger of my left hand, and I'm going to hammer on the fourth string just behind the second fret. So I'm going to pick that fourth string with my thumb. Now I'm going to hammer that middle finger of my left hand down onto that fingerboard just behind the second fret. So just listen to that, how that sounds. And you can hear how that's giving just a little bit different effect to the sound, picking that string. Now let's take the slide that we learned, the 2/4 slide. Just hit the one string and just listen how this sounds sliding. Again, the hammer-ons of the left hand, we can use any fingers and any fret combination that we want. So let me hammer on now that same 2/4 slide. Now let me use a hammer-on. Now for the hammer-on, I'm going to use I'm just going to leave my index finger behind the third string fretted at the second fret, and I'm going to hammer on with my middle finger of my left hand. Now just listen to how this sounds. So I'm hammering on just behind the fourth fret. I can also use my ring finger of my left hand. Whatever's comfortable for you. If you've got long fingers and you want to try that hammer on with your middle finger, it might be more comfortable for you if you did it with the ring finger of your left hand. Again, whatever's comfortable for you. So again, the slide, 2/4 slide, and now the hammer-on from the 2/4. So again, it's a slight difference in sound from the slide from the hammer-on. But it's a very important left-hand technique that you're going to be using a lot in your bluegrass soloing. So I'm going to give you another lick for you to learn practicing on your hammer-on. And in this example, we're going to use the forward roll. The forward roll, let's use the thumb on the fourth string, the index finger of our right hand picking the middle string or the third string, and the middle finger picking the first string. So we have this forward roll. Now we're going to add 2 more notes to that forward roll. Let's come up and hit our thumb on the 5th string. And then the index finger. Now let's pick the index finger with the 3rd string. So we have this. And let's put a pinch right after that, a 2-note pinch with the 5th string and 1st string. So we have this. Now that's a pattern built off of the forward roll. And again, I told you about patterns. We're going to form these patterns built from the rolls, and then from these patterns creating our licks, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. So here's a pattern built off of the forward roll. And you can see that has that forward motion. Let's incorporate our left hand technique, hammering on the 4th string with the middle finger of our left hand and still playing that forward roll pattern. Again, just building up your speed slowly. And again, as you're hammering on that string, that 4th string, try to make that just as nice and clean sounding as you can. And again, you're always, striving for that timing in the right hand on all of these rolls and these patterns, these licks. So let me play that a few more times, speed it up a little bit, and you can hear how that hammer-on might sound in one of these licks. You can give a different accent by just how hard you're actually hammering on that 4th string. So you can see the importance of these left hand techniques. And we're running out of time, so we're gonna get out of here for this one, everybody. So practice your hammer-ons and your slides, and we're gonna continue right on with the pull-off, push-offs, and the chokes in the next upcoming segments. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next time.